Good morning, Enid. It is Thursday, May 21st, 44 degrees outside, kind of sunny, and our winds are out of the north and northwest. Thank you for joining us. Grab a cup of coffee and join us for the fastest 30 minutes here in Enid, Oklahoma on television. We have a great show for you today. Hi, I'm Steve Kime.
I'm Janice, Alfonso.
And we're just glad that you've joined us today. Again, we'd like to remind you that ready or not, Memorial Day weekend is coming up. And so we've kind of have a water safety, a boat safety show today. And so we're really excited about that. But you seem awful protective of somebody here.
Because Steve thinks it's cute, and I want to make sure I hold it during the show.
Steve thinks it's cute. Okay. May the record show I have not been able to get my bear back at all. This is Charlie 2, I understand. Yeah. So what's Charlie got to do with the show today?
Well, Charlie is part of our themed show today because we're going to talk about boat safety. We're very excited to learn about, things that we're going to need to know for Memorial Weekend. So make sure everyone's safe out there. Yes, it's adorable.
And I don't know if you can
Little
see this,
belts and shoes.
but Coast Guard shine shoes.
Yeah.
I mean, those are very, very shined up.
Yes,
so.
We're very excited. We also have lots of information for everyone that's here in City of Enid, great event information, and we hope you enjoy our show, and it's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, Enid. It's 7:32 on this Thursday morning. It's good to have you with us. It's unseasonably cool outside at 44 degrees this morning. I think Lahoma and Breckenridge, both sides of us, is at 46, so really, really cool. Slight wind out of the northwest, but I think we have a sunshiny day, but I think there's 70% chance of rain tomorrow. Janice, did you know for the last 30 days here in the Enid area, Garfield County, we've had over 8 inches of rain?
Wow.
In the last 30 days.
That does not surprise me. It's been raining nonstop.
And I think it rained 8 inches the last 3 years, it seems like, up there.
Yeah.
So it's just really...
I've been in Oklahoma 4 years, and it's rained more in the past few months than it has my entire time of being here.
I believe it. Well, thank you for joining us. We're glad that you're with us. We have a great show for you today.
Yes.
And you're still very protective of Charlie number 2, and I understand why. Well, speaking of Memorial Day weekend, let's look at the forecast for the next 3 days that's coming up. And what's it look like, Janice?
Well, tomorrow it's gonna be in the high 60s and low 50s. On Saturday and Sunday, it's gonna be in the low 60s, but mid 70s. So hopefully we'll be able to enjoy some of that, nice weather. It's not too cold, but there might be some thunderstorms likely. So make sure you're weather aware.
It's not ideal for lake or water, because usually like at 92 degrees, no wind, a lot of sun, but we need the water.
Yes.
Just not all at once. We need to kind of have it spread out. So.
Everything is looking a little greener, so that's
I think there's going to be a street closing downtown on, I want to say, Randolph?
Yes, you are right. We're going to have some City of Enid public work crews removing the banner posts located on Randolph Street on Friday, May 22nd. So make sure you're aware of that because all traffic lanes along that one block area will be closed. So make sure you drive around there with caution because of the workers.
And if you're trying to figure out where those banner posts are, I think one of them is located by the Sidewalk Cafe. Okay. So that's kind of where that's at. And that's those poles on each side of the street that host the banner. So.
Yeah.
Well, again, good morning. It's 7:34. Great show for you. Thank you for staying with us today. I'd like to keep you posted. At 8 o'clock this morning, live City Commission broadcast from the council chambers in the administration building. So we'll go from our live show here to live at City Hall, if you will, for a special Thursday morning, 8 o'clock City Commission meeting. Well, let's find out about the news overnight, and to do that, we need to check in with Jacob Zimny with the Oklahoma Minute.
Good morning, Enid. This is your Oklahoma Minute. The Oklahoma House approved the state's general appropriations bill last night. The $7.1 billion budget reflects cuts virtually across the board in order to make up for a $600 million shortfall. A vehicle has been discovered in Walnut Creek following the heavy rains from Tuesday. 1 fatality and 2 injuries were confirmed. Rain is expected to hold off until late tonight, with that likelihood increasing of storms this weekend. A mother was pulled over for running a stop sign while taking her 2-year-old child to the hospital after accidentally shooting himself. OHP Trooper Troy Thompson then escorted the mother to the hospital, where the child is expected to make a full recovery. No charges were filed. In sports, OSU shut out West Virginia 3-0, while OU fell to Kansas State 7-3. OU plays West Virginia, while OSU will play Kansas State tonight. Finally, the Enid Public Library received a grant from the Oklahoma Department of Libraries totaling over $15,000. The department made $100,000 available and awarded 20 Oklahoma libraries with grants. That's your Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
And we want to say congratulations to Jade at the library. They've done a great job, and she's written that grant application and was successful getting that money. What do you think of our lake setting? Are we at your backyard, at your home? We've been at the golf course. We've been at Chesapeake Arena. We've been at a kitchen. And now we're at your backyard overlooking the lake. So, Janice, pretty nice. Thank you for inviting us out this morning. It's pretty neat. Well, we were talking about this the other day, and I'm a little bit old school, but I remember Memorial Day was called Decoration Day. And Memorial Day kind of came later. And as a kid growing up, my mom and I, we'd always go to the cemetery, and we'd take these flowers that were so old, they were plastic, but we just really preserved them. And we'd go out to the cemetery, and we'd put flowers on the military people, servicemen and women that had given their lives or just served in the military, and we'd always put flags or flowers on their graves. And then it went to your grandparents, but it was Decoration Day. You went to the cemetery and you just put flowers out in memory of everyone. Well, I think now Memorial Day is car sales, shoe sales, restaurant deals and stuff like that. It's really changed. And with that, Penn Klein has put together a little promo with what Memorial Day is all about. So I enjoy you to watch this for the next 30 seconds. Thank you, AJ. Good morning at 7:38. No matter if you call it Memorial Day or Decoration Day, we just want to say thank you to all the men and women that have served and those that have given the ultimate price. As a dear friend of mine said, freedom is not free. And so we just want to spend the next few days, if not all year, just recognizing all of our military personnel, veterans that have served. And we just want to say thank you very much for serving. So 44 degrees outside, kind of bearish weather.
Yeah.
You like that? Bearish weather. So what's next?
Well, we have what's going on. We're happy to introduce Raquel. She's going to tell us everything that's going on in Enid for you to enjoy with your family.
Good morning, Enid. We have the Extreme Rodeo Challenge beginning tomorrow at the Enid Event Center and Saturday. Both days, this will be at 7 p.m. There will be 4 different rodeo events. So hopefully you'll be able to get your boots out and go out to that rodeo challenge. Also, we have the NJCAA World Series Baseball Series, and this starts tomorrow as well, and it goes on until next Friday. You will be able to find schedules on their website for the games, and this is just a junior college World Series, and it's the top 10 junior colleges competing for it. And as always, we invite you to go to visitenid.org. That way you can look up for more events and see what else is going on in Enid this weekend and other weekends as well. So that's what's going on, and have a good day, Enid.
Thank you, Raquel. That was very informative. Hopefully we'll be able to enjoy some of those events this weekend and in the coming weeks. We also are very excited to have Derrick introduce to us something that's part of our technology aspect of Enid. We're growing. So we're happy to have him teach us how to use the Garfield County Emergency Management app. Please take a look and I hope you enjoy it.
Hi, I'm Derrick Silas. Today I'll show you how to use the Emergency Management smartphone app. This app is full of great information right at your fingertips. First of all, if you don't have the app, go to your iTunes or Google Play stores on your smartphone and type in Garfield County EM. Click the word Get and then the word Install to begin the download process. Once it is downloaded, click on the app to open it. The app will open up to the home page where you can look at weather forecasts and alerts, report an issue. Notice you can attach a photo of your issue, view the emergency management blog, view important documents including a family preparedness guide, the emergency operations plan, and severe weather guidelines. The next button shows contact information for emergency management, Sheriff's Office, Police Department, Fire Department, Highway Patrol, hospitals, the local electric and gas companies, National Poison Control Center, Salvation Army, Red Cross, and other important numbers. You can just click on the button of the contact and call directly using your phone. There's great information on how to be prepared for various types of weather. You can also register your storm shelter or register for Nixle. You can view alerts and messages about current or future weather. View links to radio, TV, and other news outlets. View the website inside of the app. And remember, you can always find us on Twitter and Facebook. I hope these tips have been helpful for you. Join me next time where you'll hear more tech tips. I'm Derrick Silas.
Thank you, Derrick. Very informational, and we hope in our little 30-minute segment that we provide all kinds of news, weather, sports, and information stuff that's just helpful, that you learn more about the city of Enid. So it's 7:42, still holding steady at 44 degrees on this Thursday, May 21st. And it's time to get to our special guest, Jamara. It is your time.
Thank you, Steve. And Janice, good morning, Enid. This week, we're celebrating National Safe Boating Week. It runs from May 16 to the 22nd. And National Safe Boating Week, it's an annual event encouraging boaters to practice safe boating. I think it's a great time because we're having Memorial Day weekend coming up. And people are just getting ready to enjoy the lake and all the water activities out there. Therefore, our guest this morning is Tracy Delaughter. He's a district captain with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Office in Oklahoma City. And he will tell us more about how we can be safe this weekend and throughout the entire season. So good morning, Tracy.
Good morning.
Thank you for being with us this morning.
Thank you.
Can you tell me how long you've been with the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary Office?
I've actually been with the Coast Guard Auxiliary now for almost 20 years.
Wow. And what are your main duties under your position?
Mm-hmm. Right now I'm the District Captain South, and I have Oklahoma, Arkansas, part of Louisiana, Tennessee, and Missouri as mainly administrative for the flotillas, which is the way we're organized, and divisions in the organization. And then at the same time, I am a national instructor for leadership programs and what we call operational risk management, or we call it team coordination training for both the Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Coast Guard.
Great. Now, can you tell us safety tips for this boating season?
Absolutely.
Okay.
First thing is that, you know, with the 8+ inches of rain you have, I've given you this life jacket to put on because, you know, that water could come in at any time. And what you're wearing is actually a automatic inflatable life jacket. And we have, these are becoming very popular versus the old standby horse collar people would call a type 2. What we've had for many years is the in-between is what Charlie's wearing here, which is type 3. It's the vest jacket, mainly worn for like boating, for skiing. Then you have a type 4. Now type 4 is what's known as the throwable. I have a throwable device, but it's not actually a type 4. It is one that you can actually toss out there and somebody can grab it and you can pull them back to the boat, say, get back on this boat, what are you doing? Not to forget, so often these days we go out and we have our fuzzy friends with us, our fuzzy kids. And fuzzy kids need life jackets too, and so this is a dog life jacket. You know, it goes by size and everything, so it's important to make sure that your fuzzy kids get a life jacket as well. Now that's the first thing, because you know, you hit the water, you want to be able to float. And so you put your life jacket on, but at the same time you want to draw attention to yourself in case there was an accident.
Right.
And to draw attention to yourself, you have whistles. Now these are very loud whistles, so I'll save you not blow it in here because blow out your eardrums. But you blow this, and they have different varieties and kinds that you can get. And then you have the old foghorn device, which, trust me, it can be heard about the next day. You won't hear anything for about the next 4 days. It's so loud. The next thing is that day or night, you want to be seen. And to be seen, you use flares. And it's a requirement to have a certain amount of flares on your boat. Now, a tip about flares is when you buy these, believe it or not, if you look down in here, and sometimes you have to do this to look at it, if there's an expiration date. You want to make sure that expiration date's not Monday. And so when you buy the flares, make sure you have at least 3 years on your flares.
Okay.
And then keep these on board with you, keep them in a dry, safe place, and follow directions if you should happen to need them.
Right.
When you're on the lake or on the river, because we have a river here that we navigate as well, communications is key. You want to be able to be heard, so have a list of your local marinas, have a list of your grandmother, your mother, your dad, your aunt, your uncle, everybody that you can get a hold of just in case there's a problem. At the same time, you have this. This is radio communication. It's VHF, marine band frequency. And if you put it on channel 16, because by law you're supposed to monitor channel 16 in case somebody needs help. You can get a call out to somebody, because most of the marinas actually monitor the channel so that they can hear what's going on. As far as being safe, that's the keys to being personally safe. You always want to travel with a first aid kit as well. You never know when you're going to get a fish hook in the finger, or smash the finger with the paddle or something like that. Then you have making your boat safe, and we offer a program called Vessel Safety Check. They're free. And all you need to do is we have a link that you can click on and request a vessel safety check. And with that vessel safety check, we go through your boat, and we're checking it for your registration. We're checking it for your navigation lights, make sure they work, your vent works, that your motor is safe. And when I say that on an inboard outboard, there's a such thing called a backfire flame arrestor. Make sure that that's clean, so that it arrests any kind of backfire through the carburetor. And then key to that is when you're on water and you say you do have a fire, you want to have that fire extinguisher handy.
Right.
And so be sure to mount that fire extinguisher on your boat and check it.
Right.
Check it annually. Make sure that the little green button, if you have that style, is out, or that if you have the dial style, that your needle's in the green.
Good. So we can visit the webpage, and we'll find a list of the items we should have on that checklist.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's very useful information. Now, what are the mistakes you've seen boaters do typically? I know you've seen a lot out there,
How long is the segment?
Just a few.
Just a few.
Yeah.
The one that we see a lot, and this is one that has a lot of concern for us, is the fact that the PWC, which is the jet ski, the Sea-Doo type craft, and you see mom or dad out there, and they have their little one with them, and they put that little one in front of them while they're going down the lake. thinking that, oh, that's the safest place for them because I can watch them.
Right.
But the only problem is you never know what happens on water. Especially with the high waters that we have right now, you could hit something submerged and you're suddenly thrown forward. Where's your child at? So
Right.
the best place for them is behind you holding on to your life jacket. That's one of the key ones. Another one that we see a lot of is that everybody wants to go out there and play the radio, have a lot of fun, and it gets about dark and everything. They're, man, we got to go in. And they'll go, yee. Oops. People don't understand that today's radios pull a lot of power. You know, once you get their 100-watt speakers out there, you know, they're going all day, then that battery's going down. So when it gets too dark, now you don't have lights for your navigation, and you can't get started, and you're trying to find your flares to contact somebody or your radio to contact somebody.
Right.
Or calling grandma, you know, to come get you. Those are a couple of the biggest ones. One of the key ones, though, is fuel management. When you go out, fill the tank.
Right.
Go about a third of a tank out, play on a third of a tank, and then please come home safely on a third of a tank. It's by doing that, you don't run out of gas. We're not trying to find you at midnight.
Right. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
Thank you for being with us this
You're welcome.
morning. This has been very useful information. I understand there's a boating safety mobile application that you can find also via the stores, online stores like Apple or Google. And you'll be able to receive your latest weather reports as well as emergency assistance. So keep in mind, visit those websites. There's a lot of useful information. Again, thank you, Tracy,
Thank you.
for being with us this morning.
Thank you very much.
Now back to you, Steve and Janice.
Very good. Jamara, thank you very much. And Tracy, thank you for coming over this morning. Janice, as a little kid, you know, we were kind of raised around a small lake, and so I used to go water skiing. I was brought up around water, learned how to, to ski, to swim, and was very comfortable. But and not everybody was that way. No. And so it's important that you may be invincible around water, but these safety tips are very, very, very important. So
Yes.
we appreciate that.
I learned a lot about life jackets. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, all the different versions. If you will. And this guy's got one too, Charlie too. So they make them that small, and also for your pet. Keep your pet in mind. It's 7:52. Good morning, Enid. Here we are on Thursday, May 21st, 45 degrees outside. High today is going to be 65, and it's going to be mostly sunny. So let's go back to Jacob with the Oklahoma Minute.
Good morning, Enid. This is your Oklahoma Minute. The Oklahoma House approved the state's general appropriations bill last night. The $7.1 billion budget reflects cuts virtually across the board in order to make up for a $600 million budget shortfall. A vehicle has been discovered in Walnut Creek following the heavy rains from Tuesday. 1 fatality and 2 injuries were confirmed. Rain is expected to hold off until late tonight, with the likelihood of storms increasing this weekend. A mother was pulled over for running a stop sign while taking her 2-year-old to the hospital after accidentally shooting himself. OHP Trooper Troy Thompson then escorted the mother to the hospital, where the child is expected to make a full recovery. No charges were filed. In sports, OSU shut out West Virginia 3-0, while OU fell to Kansas State 7-3. OU plays West Virginia, while OSU will play Kansas State tonight. Finally, the Enid Public Library received a grant from the Oklahoma Department of Libraries recently, totaling over $15,000. The department made $100,000 available and awarded 20 Oklahoma libraries with grants. That's your Oklahoma Minute. Back to you, Steve and Janice.
Thank you so much, Jacob. That was so informative, and we're grateful that you're able to attend to so much information in such a short time. We have a forecast for you this weekend. Everyone's looking forward to that long weekend, and the weather always affects it. So on Friday, we'll be in 59, low 50s. On Saturday and Sunday, we'll be in the mid 70s, and then in the low 60s. And make sure you're weather aware for those thunderstorms, and just in case you're out and about, and want to make sure, careful about where you go or how far you go because of the thunderstorms. So
sunny today, and thunderstorms 70% coming back for the next couple of days.
Yeah, that's a pretty high chance.
Speaking of Memorial Day, we've got some holiday changes or holiday schedule changes. Do you have those handy?
Yes, definitely. We're going to have to remind you that for those of you that have your trash collection on that Monday, it'll actually be rescheduled for pickup on Wednesday, May 27th, and all other routes will remain the same. Also, the Recycle Center will be closed on Monday, May 25th, But maybe you already have noticed that due to equipment upkeep and the Memorial holiday, the recycle drop site has actually been closed since Friday, May 15th, and will reopen Tuesday, May 26th. And feel free to contact Solid Waste 616-7300 in case you have any questions or concerns about what you can do with your recycling in the meantime.
Very
So
good.
yeah, lots of stuff going on this weekend.
Isn't it very relaxing this morning here on the lake?
Yeah.
As the sun is coming up. So
Yeah.
it's 7:55. Hope you're enjoying your morning and your cup of coffee. I'd like to remind everybody we're going to have a new feature in the next few weeks, or start a new feature. And if you have a favorite recipe, if you have a special guest coming to town, you have a suggestion for a topic on a show, somebody that we can interview, or you know somebody who's coming to town, or just really some event that you want.
Steve to wear crazy pants again? Any
Oh,
requests
golf
like
pants.
that?
Yeah. Ask Steve at enid.org. All you got to do is email me. No more letter writing, no more buying a stamp, stuff like that. Just ask Steve at enid.org. Send us a note. Say, you know, here's my favorite recipe for the 4th of July cookout. Or, you know, my cousin who's a Hollywood movie star is coming to town. And so you send me a note, and we'll read your recipe. We'll find out more about you. We want to continue to make that Enid connection.
Yes.
So ask Steve at enid.org.
This show is for the community, so it only makes sense that the community can be involved in this show.
Absolutely. So speaking of what's going on, Raquel's coming back for a second appearance. Raquel, what's going on?
Good morning, Enid. This weekend we have a few events going on here in Enid. We have the Extreme Rodeo Challenge beginning tomorrow, and it will also be Saturday at 7 p.m. both days at the Enid Event Center. This will include 4 different rodeo events, so hopefully you'll be able to make it out for that. Also, we have the NJC AA World Series, and this is at the David Allen Memorial Ballpark beginning tomorrow, and it'll go on until next Friday. And this is where top 10 junior colleges compete for World Series event in baseball. And as always, we invite you to go to Enid, visit enid.org, and there you can look at our calendar of events and see what else is going on in Enid. So that's what's going on.
Thank you, Raquel. Yeah, that was a lot of information. Hopefully you'll be able to get out and do some activities this weekend with your family. Enjoy everything that Enid has to offer for us.
Well, I'd like to remind everybody, in case you missed the live show this morning, that we play back, let me look at my times, I think it's 11:30, 5 or 5:30, and 8:30. So 3 more times today that the show will be played back. So you get to see Charlie number 2, is that right?
Yes.
In his vest and his shiny shoes.
Yes.
Now, we don't have a pet for us this morning, but we'd like to remind everybody, you know, Hannah's usually here, and she brings in the cutest puppy. We want to remind, last week she brought in Cody. Remember, she brought him in a blanket and wrapped him like a little guy. Well, he was a little guy. Anyway, Cody, thank you for adopting Cody. And so Hannah's unable to be here this morning with the pet, but however, we do know out at the Enid Animal Shelter that you can call and find out what they have any cats or dogs available. You know they do. But that number again is 249, I believe it was 4910.
Yes.
I should have that committed to memory.
Yeah.
Well, we're running out of time. We're going to have to go. So say goodbye, Janice.
Yeah. Thank you, Enid. We're glad you're watching, and we hope you enjoy everything on here. Thank you so much.
Make it a great day. Thanks for joining us.